You're watching Disney Channel. The following show is a general audience program.
This year, the B's keeping it 100. A, B, C. Come on.
That is correct.
Wow, what a night.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals start now.
"40 years ago this week, I won the 1985 Scripps National Spelling Bee. It was a big deal for this skinny 13-year-old 8th grader, but it was an even bigger deal for my community because I was the first Indian American champion. I guess I started something because since then, 30 Indian Americans have been winners. I'm Balu Natarajan, and I am a speller."
More than just being a cool icebreaker at dinner parties, winning the 2006 Bee has meant so much to me. The week after, I got to meet Jimmy Kimmel on his TV show and President and Mrs. Bush at the White House. A month later, my hometown even threw a big parade in my honor. I'll never forget any of it. I am Carrie Close-Garano, and I am a speller.
Being the 2021 Bee champion was the biggest thing that happened to me in my life. It's opened so many doors and allowed me to become a New York Times bestselling author. I'm 4 books in and only 18 years old. And while winning the Bee was amazing, I am just getting started. I'm Zaila Avantgarde, and I am a speller.
I'm Paul Leffler, and I'm a speller too, on that stage before any of these competitors were born. Look at me now, huh? This is fun, hosting the 100th anniversary, the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals. Welcome, everybody. Our countdown has begun. Pretty soon, we're going to find out who will be the next Bee champion. We'll get started in a moment, but first we have to meet some of the key players who make it all happen. Starting with our head pronouncer, the 1980 champion, Dr. Jacques Bailey. Dr. Bailey, you sure you got enough words to challenge these 9 spellers?
Oh yeah, we got plenty of words.
Surprise, surprise. Right next to him, Dr. Brian Sietsema, our associate pronouncer. Quite a road it's been to get here, hasn't it, Brian?
It has been, Paul. I'm here to help our centennial spellers show the world their etymological erudition.
Etymological erudition. Don't try to spell it. And of course, keeping the dreaded bell ringing only when necessary, which it hasn't been for these 9. Head judge, as she's known, or the bell lady sometimes, Mary Brooks. Mary, 100 years, you've been here for more than half of them. I'm guessing you're good to go this year.
I am so good to go. I am so excited to be here and to have over half of those 100 years behind me and looking forward to what's ahead of me.
Amen to that. 11 million spellers began this journey months ago. Now we're down to 9. Just 9 left to become champion. It's the finals of the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee. Okay, here we go.
I-O-N.
It really is impressive.
That is
That's what clay players do. What a performance.
for great things.
242 spellers came here to our nation's capital. They competed through our preliminary rounds, the quarterfinals, and the semifinals. And now it all comes down to the finals of the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee. Let's take a brief look at how they got here.
We meet again.
Yes.
How are you, Faison?
I'm good. How are you?
You ready for this word?
Sure.
Hello, Aishwarya. Your word is symbranchia, diplosphene, beretter, comprador.
May I please have all the information?
May I have the origin? Are there any alternate pronunciations?
This is an adjective.
C-O-T-T-I-A, symbranchia.
E-N-E, diplosphene.
I-O-N, corrasion.
Q-U-E-R-N, corn.
That is correct.
Thank you.
M-A-S-H-L-U-M, mashlum.
That is correct.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So let's get things started. We're going to go right to the stage, and our first speller of the evening, Isha Marapudi from Phoenix, Arizona. Aisha is a 13-year-old 7th grader from Basis School, a charter school specializing in STEM in Chandler.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
It's good to see you again.
You too.
ISAPAG.
ISAPAG. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
There's just ISAPAG.
ISAPAG. May I have the definition, please?
An equiglacial line on a map or chart that connects the points where ice is present for approximately the same number of days in winter. ISAPAG.
ISAPAG. May I have the language of origin, please?
It's made from Greek parts.
ISAPAG. Does this come from Greek iso, meaning equal?
Yes.
ISAPAG. May I have the part of speech, please?
Noun.
That root is spelled
Can you
differently
repeat
than
the
the word
word,
ice.
please?
ISAPAG.
ISAPAG. May I have the definition again?
An equiglacial line on a map or chart that connects the points where ice is present for approximately the same number of days in winter. ISAPAG.
ISAPAG. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
Just the one. ISAPAG.
ISAPAG. ISAPAG. ISOPAG. ISAPAG.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Well done, Isha. That's her father, Shree. She's the only one of these 9 who hadn't made it to Washington before, but boy, has she had a strong showing. Here's Oliver Halkett from
Howdy,
Los
Oliver.
Angeles.
Corbicula.
Corbicula. All the information, please.
Corbicula is a noun from Latin. A corbicula is a smooth area on each hind tibia of a bee that is edged by a fringe of stiff hairs and serves to collect and transport pollen. It's also called a pollen basket. Corbicula.
Corbicula. Does this come from corba, Latin basket?
You're on the right track.
Thank you. Okay. Corbis, Latin basket?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Corbicula.
Corbicula.
Corbicula. That's the only pronunciation, right?
That's correct. Corbicula.
Corbicula. CORBICULA. Corbicula.
That is correct.
Yes.
You never have to wonder if Oliver studied the word before. His parents, Richard and Elizabeth. See him move on to the next round. Now Sarvadnya Kadam from Visalia, California.
Hi.
3rd trip here.
Howdy. How are you, Sarvadnya?
I'm doing good.
Dolabrate or dolabrate?
All info, please.
Dolabrate and dolabrate are the 2 pronunciations. Dolabrate is an adjective from Latin. It means shaped like the head of an axe or hatchet.
Could you repeat the definition, please?
Shaped like the head of an axe or hatchet.
Could you repeat the word?
Dolabrate, dolabrate.
Dolabrate. Could you repeat the word one more time?
Dolabrate, dolabrate.
Just the first one, please.
Dolabrate.
Dolabrate. Dolabrate. Does this come from Latin dolabra, meaning like axe, head?
You're on the right track.
Could you repeat the word one more time?
Dolabrate.
Dolabrate. This is an adjective?
Yes, it is.
Dolabrate. Yeah. Could you repeat the word one more time?
Dolabrate.
Dolabrate. Dolabrate. Dolabrate. D-O-L-A-B-R-A-T-E. Dolabrate.
That is correct.
So Sarvadnya advances. Last year he went out on the word platinus. He said it was his nerves that got him, so his big focus since then has been on his composure. Could you tell? Wow.
Hi,
Now
Dr.
here's
Bailey.
Sarv Daravne,
Howdy, Sarv.
our youngest competitor, just 11.
Ethology or ethology.
Ethology. May I please have all the information?
Certainly. Ethology is a noun from Greek-derived Latin. Ethology is the scientific study of animal behavior, especially under natural conditions.
May I please have the sentence?
Jane Goodall, famous for her work studying chimpanzees in the wild, has a PhD in ethology.
Ethology. Does this come from the Greek ethos, meaning morals?
You're on the right track.
Does this come from the Greek ology, meaning study of?
I don't see that given as a root here.
Okay. Ethology. Could you repeat it one more time?
Ethology, ethology.
Ethology. Ethology. E-T-H-O-L-O-G-Y. Ethology.
That is correct.
Thank you.
And that's how words are built. Recognize the root. We are 4 for 4. What a roaring start here in the 2025 finals. So 4 have spelled, 5 still to go when we come back. You're watching the finals of the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee presented by Walmart.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee, presented by Walmart. Get your prescription delivered in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
I can do bird noises.
I can name every president from George Washington. George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams.
We play soccer!
I can recite the first 100 digits of pi.
Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce.
3.1415926535889.
5 times 93.
I think it's 465.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding.
3, 2, 1. I know every capital of every country in the world. Maldives. The capital of Maldives is Male.
ZYXWVUT. Now I know my ZYXs. Guess that's not what you expected.
Oh, it sure wasn't. You never know what's coming. From hidden talents to not so hidden talents. We're back here with you now live at the finals of the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee. And next, we're going to move beyond spelling for a round to the vocabulary round. Because after all, how much power does a word really have if you don't know what it means? This round will go super quickly. Each speller only has 30 seconds to choose from a multiple choice selection in terms of the meaning of that word. Get it right, you stay in, miss it, and that bell's going to ring. It didn't ring last round, so let's see what happens here. Back to the competition now. Again, it's Isha Marapudi from Arizona. First to get vocab in the finals.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Vasodilator. What does a vasodilator do? A, disinfects open cuts and wounds. B, maintains consistent body temperature. C, widens passageways of blood vessels.
A vasodilator. C, widens passageways of blood vessels.
That is correct.
Thank you.
It's something she may prescribe someday because she wants to be a doctor and a singer-songwriter. You can find her on YouTube performing originals.
Howdy, Oliver. Gerontocracy. Who is in charge of a gerontocracy? A, technical experts. B, religious authorities. C, a group of elders.
C, a group of elders.
That is correct.
Thank you.
He's really into politics, wants to be Secretary of State someday, so that was a breeze for Oliver. Now Sarvadnya, who always sticks those hands in his pockets.
Hi.
Cool as a cucumber.
Dyslogistic. If a statement is dyslogistic, it is A, uncomplimentary. B, fanciful. C, inquisitive.
Could you repeat the question?
If a statement is dyslogistic, it is A, uncomplimentary, B, fanciful, C, inquisitive.
If a statement is dyslogistic, it is A, uncomplimentary.
That is correct.
Thank you.
May have caused his parents, Sandhya and Jitendra, to be a little nervous there, but once again, he pulls it through. Here's Sarv, our 5th grader from Tucker, Georgia.
Hi. Hyaline. If something is hyaline, it, A, is pleasingly calm. B, lasts for only a moment. C, resembles glass.
If something is hyaline, it's C, resembles glass.
That is correct.
Thank you.
He knows his roots. His dad, Shailesh, having such a fun ride with Darv here. And now Harini.
Hi, Harini. Jeremiad. A Jeremiad is A, an architectural support, B, a complaint marked by deep misery, C, a wide selection of offerings.
A Jeremiad is B, a complaint marked by deep misery.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Vocabulary, a real strong suit for her and her family. Her brother there, Navneet, even wrote a book about it for other spellers to use to study. Now here's Brian Liu again.
Howdy, Brian.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Cerulean. If something is cerulean, it A, requires great strength to overcome. B, is the blue color of the sky. C, resembles the blade of an axe.
If something is cerulean, it is B, the blue color of the sky.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Probably somewhere on that hoodie of his. So boy, what a night. Haven't heard the bell yet. Aishwarya is next.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Hi, Aishwarya. Innominable. If something is innominable, it is A, incapable of being named, B, easily discoverable, C, meriting hatred or scorn.
If something is innominable. Could you read the word one more time?
Innominable.
Innominable. If something is innominable, it is A, incapable of being named.
That is correct.
Thank you.
It sure is. Aishwarya describes her time at the Bee these last 2 years as an exhilarating experience. Akshaj.
Hi, Akshaj.
Hello.
Imbroglio. What is an imbroglio? A, a complicated situation. B, a group of men. C, a stone carving.
Can you repeat the word?
Imbroglio.
Can you repeat the choices?
What is an imbroglio? A, a complicated situation. B, a group of men. C, a stone carving.
An imbroglio is C, a stone carving.
I'm sorry, Akshaj. An imbroglio is a complicated situation.
Akshaz, from your kindergarten spelling bee, where you started, you've made it to the national stage. And after tonight, you're going to have time to once again pursue those strategy games that you enjoy, possibly even putting chess back at the top of your list. I have no doubt, though, that whatever you choose to do, you're going to excel in all the endeavors that you undertake. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And just as they cheer for him here in our nation's capital, I know they're cheering loudly, those Eagles at Mountain View Middle School in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Saw his mother swapping it. She told me she loves how Akshaj is calm, mature, and focused. Great performance. Here's Faison.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Hi, Faison. Sapience. Another word for sapience is A, sacrifice, B, wisdom, C, compassion.
Another word for sapience is B, wisdom.
That is correct.
Thank you.
No suspense with Faison. And no more vocabulary the rest of the night. It's just going to be spelling. So we've seen 9 spellers come up. Only 1 has heard the bell. So 8 are still in it. And you just saw him take care of vocabulary. You may remember him from such epic performances as last year's Spell-Off. He's Faison Zaki, and there's a lot more to know. Let's take a look.
Coterelo.
That is correct.
Yes! Thank you so much. I'm very excited. Definitely relieved because I really wanted to get to finals a second time since I got second last year. If I could be anybody in history, I'd want to be George Washington. He founded America, the greatest nation on earth, right?
The Scripps National Spelling Bee, sponsored by Chipotle. Real food made with just 53 easy-to-spell ingredients.
music and I play the piano and I write my own songs sometimes. May I have the definition, please? I got into spelling when I won my school spelling bee in first grade. I didn't really expect to be in the finals.
That is correct.
Thank you. It's a dream come true for me.
The dream continues. Welcome back to the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals. And joining us for this 100th year celebration, another former national speller, Court TV's Julie Grant. Some of you didn't know that.
Little known fact about me, my friend. Great to be alongside you here, Paul, and among these remarkable children. They're so impressive. I tell you what, a lot of brain power in this room right now. I've been walking around and things are tense. Have to tell you, but we expect that right at this point in the competition. So we know that from this point out, no more vocabulary. Thank goodness for that, I think. Let's head back to the stage now and see who our next speller is.
You just got a little piece of her personality. Isha Marapudi, 7th grader.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Howdy, Isha. Aeromorphosis.
Aeromorphosis. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have aeromorphosis and aeromorphosis.
Aeromorphosis. May I have the definition, please?
Aeromorphosis is biological evolution marked by general increase in degree of organization without sharp specialization.
Aeromorphosis. May I have the part of speech, please?
Noun.
Aeromorphosis. May I have the language of origin, please?
It's formed in Latin from originally Greek parts.
Can you repeat the word?
Aeromorphosis or aeromorphosis.
Aeromorphosis or aeromorphosis. May I have the definition again, please?
Biological evolution marked by general increase in degree of organization without sharp specialization.
There is one of those infamous schwa sounds, second
syllable. Can I have
syllable.
all the information, please?
Aeromorphosis and aeromorphosis. It's a noun formed in Latin from originally Greek parts. Aeromorphosis is biological evolution marked by general increase in degree of organization without...
Aeromorphosis. A-R-A-M-O-R-P-H-O-S-I-S. Aeromorphosis.
Aeromorphosis is spelled A-R-O-M-O-R-P-H-O-S-I-S. So close.
Isha, as everybody just saw in that video, I know you're going to continue to use the words that you know and are learning to continue to write and perform songs, as music is another big passion of yours. But more importantly, your kindness and your compassion will continue to shine through all of your words and all of your actions for the rest of your life. For your first time here at the Scripps National Spelling Bee, congratulations.
Thank you.
More than deserves it, Paul. Beautiful job by Isha.
One of her original songs is called Hope Will Arrive, and I'm sure she'll keep that hope alive of being Arizona's first champion since 1953. We'll see her next year.
Hi, Oliver. A roar. This is marked by or relating to a yellow or pink tint given a white sauce by the addition of egg yolks, tomato puree, or lobster coral. A roar.
Can I have all the information, please?
Certainly. A roar is an adjective. It's from Latin-derived French. A roar means marked by or relating to a yellow or pink tint given a white sauce by the addition of egg yolks, tomato puree, or lobster coral.
Oh, wait, is this from Aurum Latin Gold?
I don't see that here.
Oh, wait. Okay. It's from Ad Latin 2.
I don't see that here.
Let's hope those answers don't throw them
Or
off.
French Gold.
I don't see that
Okay,
here.
a roar.
It's a longer
Roar.
root. It's almost the
It's
entire
from X Latin out of.
I don't see that
Could you
here.
repeat all the information, please?
A roar is an adjective from Latin-derived French. It means marked by or relating to a yellow or pink tint given a white sauce by the addition of egg yolks, tomato puree, or lobster coral.
A roar. A roar. That's the only pronunciation, right? And a roar.
I have aurore.
Wait, could you say it again?
Aurore.
Okay, Aurore. A-R-O-R-E, Aurore.
I'm sorry, Oliver. Aurore is spelled A-U-R-O-R-E.
Oliver, there is no doubt in anybody's mind who's been in this ballroom that you can spell. But I want others to know about your career goal to pursue politics, because you have said that you're going to blend your passions of diplomacy and current events to, quote, keep the peace, possibly as Secretary of State one day. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Oliver has my vote.
Well, and you saw his reaction when he heard the correct spelling. That's what he was thinking, but the answer to the root word question threw him off because it wasn't the correct root. You have to know the root and its meaning to get a yes.
Right.
Here's Sarvadnya, who had quite a duel with Oliver in California.
Hi.
Howdy. Sarvadnya, your word is tashist.
Tashist? Oh, info.
Tashist is an adjective from a Germanic-derived French word. Tashist means of or relating to non-representational painting marked especially by thickly textured surfaces and by the use of improvised techniques, such as dribbling, splattering, or smearing, to create apparently accidental pictorial effects.
Could you repeat the word?
Tashist.
Origin, please.
Germanic-derived French.
Tashist? Alternate pronunciations?
Just the one, tashist.
So it's like a painting style, like it's one who practices a painting style?
Exactly.
Right.
Or it's of or relating to that painting style.
So it's an adjective?
Yes.
Tashist. And this is French?
It's from a Germanic-derived French word.
French can help with the middle of the word. She doesn't overcomplicate
Could you
it.
repeat the word one more time?
Tashist.
Tashist? Tashist.
Tashist.
Tashist. Tashist. T-A-C-H-I-S-T. Tashist.
That is correct.
That composer he's been working on served him so well. He was born in India, moved to the States when he was 5, had to learn English after he got here.
Hi, Sarv.
Here's Sarv.
Wow.
Fede ring.
Fede ring, may I please have all the information?
Fede ring is a noun. It's made up of a Latin-derived Italian word and an English word. A fede ring is a finger ring typically bearing a device in the shape of two clasped hands and used especially among Europeans as a token of loyalty or faith between two persons. It's sometimes also called a wedding ring.
Could you repeat the origin and the definition?
It's made up of a Latin-derived Italian word and an English word. A fede ring is a finger ring typically bearing a device in the shape of two clasped hands and used especially among Europeans as a token of loyalty or faith between two persons.
Does this come from the Latin fidus, meaning trust?
You're on the right track.
But it's Italian, not Latin. So make sure you get that right
Fede
vowel
ring?
sound in the first
Could you repeat it one more time?
Fede ring.
Fede ring. F-E-D-E-R-I-N-G. Fede ring.
That is correct.
Thank you.
How adorable, Sarvin.
He had a great quote last night about making the finals. He said when he gets nervous, he just clenches his fist to solidify himself.
Hi, Harini. Baguio or Baguio.
Baguio, can I have the language version, please?
It's from Spanish, which took it from Tagalog.
Baguio, can I have all the information, please?
Baguio or Baguio is a noun from Spanish, which took it from Tagalog. It's a tropical cyclone used in the Philippines. Virgil took shelter in the community center just before the Baguio made landfall. Baguio or Baguio?
Baguio, am I pronouncing it right? I mean, yeah.
Can we hear it again?
Baguio.
Baguio or Baguio?
Baguio.
Baguio.
Baguio. Baguio. B-A-G-U-I-O. Baguio.
That is correct.
Thank you.
So her first word tonight was Greek and Latin roots, which she says is her favorite. She said the ones she doesn't like are the geographically derived names or words. That was one of them. She still got it. Now Brian's turn.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Kinnor. This is an ancient Jewish stringed instrument. Kinnor.
Kinnor. May I have all the information?
Kinnor is a noun from Hebrew. A kinnor is an ancient Jewish stringed instrument. It usually had 10 strings and could either be plucked with a plectrum or with the fingers. Kinnor.
Kinnor. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I have just kinnor.
Kinnor. Can you repeat the definition?
An ancient Jewish stringed instrument.
Kinnor. May I have the language of origin again?
Hebrew.
Which should help with
Can
the
you repeat
first
the word?
letter, but we'll see.
Kinnor.
Kinnor. K-I-N-N-O-R. Kinnor.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Way to go, Brian. Oh, look how proud his family is.
Saw his sister Bella there. She plays the flute. He plays piano. Maybe one of them will pick up Kinnor now.
Hi, Aishwarya. Zecchino or Cecchino.
Cecchino, is this Italian?
Well, it went from Arabic to Italian to English.
Is this a type of coin?
It's a gold coin of Italy and Turkey, first struck at Venice around the end of the 13th century. So yes.
Cecchino?
Zecchino, Cecchino.
Cecchino. Cecchino. Could you repeat the word one more time?
Zecchino, Cecchino.
Cecchino, Cecchino. 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 Z-E-C-C-H-I-N-O. Cecchino.
That's correct.
The questions she asked, very, very smart how she reasoned her way through that.
She's been sharp, trying to become North Carolina's
Hi,
first
Dr.
champ in 55
Faison.
years.
Diniate or dineate?
Say it again?
Diniate.
Dimiate. Okay. Could I have the definition?
The office, power, or territory of one of the former feudal barons of Japan who were vassals of the shogun but had extensive powers in their own baronies.
Okay, could you say the word again?
Diniate or dineate.
Does the first part come from Japanese? Or?
It's formed from a Chinese-derived Japanese word plus an element that passed from Latin to French to English.
Okay, I'll repeat the first, repeat the word.
Diniate, dineate.
Dimiate. D-A-I-M-I-A-T-E. Dimiate.
That's correct.
That vowel combo came from the Japanese origins. You saw his twin sister there, Zara. They're 1 minute apart. And here's where we are now, Julie. Were you feeling a little more that round of the insanity of this competition?
Nervous for them, Paul. Yes. You know, I'm not even up there. I have no pressure on me. But wow, they are impressive kids.
Beyond impressive. We started that round with 8. You did hear the bell twice, so that means 2 were eliminated. 6 are moving on in the competition.
We are coming down to the wire here at the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee Finals, the 100th year anniversary. Don't go away. We're right back after the break.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee, sponsored by Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America.
Kiki Palmer here, and I'm congratulating the Scripps National Spelling Bee on their 100th year anniversary. This is huge. You've been teaching people to spell, to compete, and to love and have passion for so long. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be a part of it in some small way. Take care.
Thank you, Kiki. Aquila forever. We're back from Washington, D.C. at the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee. And before we go back to the competition, you know, we found another way to honor 100 years of the bee this week, and it actually came with prizes.
The energy is high in the room as we continue with our 100th anniversary Spelling Bee trivia. I'm your host, Zach Sherwin, and you are my guest.
I'm Aurora Spizak from Centerville, Ohio.
Aurora from Centerville, Ohio. With a heck of a bucket hat. I want to get one of those by the end of the bee. All right, my friend, here we go. Multiple choice spelling bee trivia. The amount of prize money awarded to the first national champion in 1925 was A, $25. B, there was no prize money, but the winner got a lovely basket of baked goods to take home. C, $500. Or D, there was no prize money and the winner had to pay the bee for the hard work they did coming up with words to spell.
C?
C is the correct answer. $500 for Aurora. Congratulations, my friend. Enjoy that stuffy and best of luck this week.
That was fun. All right, you know, we started with 11 million at the earliest stages of this competition, and we're down to a super 6. So let's go back to the stage now. Our next speller in these finals, no spinal exams, trust me. Next speller in these finals, this is actually our 14th round in Washington. So Sarvanya from Visalia, California is headed back to the mic.
Hello.
Bergeret.
Bergeret. All info.
Bergeret is a noun from Latin-derived French. A bergeret is a 16th century pastoral song or dance.
What's the origin again?
Latin-derived French.
Bergeret. What's the definition?
A 16th century pastoral song or dance.
Alternate pronunciations?
Just bergeret.
Bergeret. Does this come from French bergère, which is like a type of seat or like chair?
I don't see that given here.
Does it come from French bergère, meaning a song?
I don't see that.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Bergeret.
Bergeret. Bergeret. Could you repeat it one more time?
Bergeret.
Bergeret. Bergeret.
We've already seen
Bergeret. 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 B-E-R-G-E-R-E-T-T-E. Bergeret.
That's correct.
He trusted his first instinct. The root actually comes from a word for shepherdess. That's why they couldn't answer in the affirmative. Now, Sarv.
Hello, Sarv. Lactagogue or lactagogue.
Lactagogue, may I please have all the information?
Lactagogue is a noun which comes from Greek parts. A lactagogue is an agent promoting secretion of milk.
Lactagogue, because this comes from the Greek lactose, meaning milk.
You're on the right track.
Lactagogue.
There's still a connecting vowel that has that schwa sound, that that could be any vowel.
Lactagogue. L-A-C-T-A-G-O-G-U-E. Lactagogue.
That's correct.
Thank you.
And he picked the right one. He's been so impressive. He said he started reading and writing at age 4. Now Harini.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
Hi, Harini. Epistrophe.
Epistrophe, are there any alternate pronunciations?
There's just the one. Epistrophe.
Epistrophe, can I have the definition, please?
An epistrophe is repetition of the same word or expression at the end of successive phrases, clauses, or sentences for rhetorical effect.
Can you repeat the word?
Certainly. Epistrophe.
Epistrophe?
Epistrophe.
Does this come, can I have the language of origin?
It's from Greek.
Does this come from the Greek epi meaning around?
Around, did you ask?
Yeah.
I don't see that given here.
Does this come from the Greek strophein meaning to turn?
You're on the right track.
Can I have the definition again?
Hope that first answer.
Repetition of the same
throw her
word
off.
or expression at the end of successive phrases, clauses, or sentences for rhetorical effect.
Epistrophe? Epistrophe. E-P-I-S-T-R-O-P-H-E apostrophe.
That's correct.
Thank you.
She came to the B to try to win the B, and a champion she may still be. Would be an example of epistrophe. Well done, Harini. Now Brian.
Lysigenous.
Lysigenous. May I have all the information?
Lysigenous is an adjective. It is from originally Greek elements and an English element. Lysigenous means formed by the breaking down of adjoining cells. It's used especially of some intercellular spaces. Lysigenous.
Lysigenous. May I have the origin again?
It's from originally Greek elements and an English element.
Lysigenous. Does this come from the Greek lysis, meaning breaking down?
Yes.
Does this come from the Greek gen, meaning like producing?
Yes, you're on the right track.
Okay. Lysigenous. May I have the definition again?
Lysigenous means formed by the breaking down of adjoining cells. It's used of some intercellular spaces.
Lysigenous. Are there any alternate pronunciations?
Just the one, lysigenous.
Lysigenous. Can you repeat the word?
Lysigenous.
Lysigenous. Lysigenous. Lysigenous.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Brian told us he loves the sense of discovery that comes with the B. You see his parents, Shu-Ting and Lin. Brian said he didn't even know about this competition until he won his school B in 6th grade.
Dr. Bailey.
Aishwarya.
Again. Polyptoton.
Polyptoton. Does this have the Greek polis meaning many?
Yes.
Can I have the definition, please?
The rhetorical repetition of a word in a different case, inflection, or voice in the same sentence.
Polyptoton. Polyptoton.
Polyptoton.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
I see just the one. Polyptoton.
Polyptoton. Can you repeat the word, please?
Polyptoton.
Polyptoton. Can I have the language of origin, please?
Greek.
Okay. Polyptoton. 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 P-O-L-Y-P-T-O-T-O-N. Polyptoton.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Moving on with Polyptoton, which is repeated in this competition. We heard it last in 2017. Outstanding job. Faison rounds out the round.
Radicolous. This means living on or in roots.
Oh, does it come from the Latin calere, to live?
Yes.
Does it come from the Latin radix, meaning root?
Yes.
Radicolous. Okay, all the information.
Radicolous is an adjective made up of Latin parts and an English part. Radicolous means living on or in roots.
Okay, are there any alternate pronunciations?
There's just the one, radicolous.
Radicolous. Okay, repeat the word again.
Radicolous.
Radicolous. Repeat the definition again.
Living on or in roots. Radicolous.
Radicolous. R-A-D-I-C-I-C-O-L-O-U-S. Radicolous.
That is correct.
Thank you.
So if it means living on or in roots, I think radicolous could describe that round, and certainly all 6 spellers still in the competition. Can you believe that? We hadn't had a single perfect round since 2019, and tonight we've had 2. How well prepared are these incredible spellers? We're going to find out. Maybe the difficulty gets cranked up a notch when we come back. The finals of the 2025 Scripps National Spelling Bee continue right after this.
The Scripps National Spelling Bee, sponsored by Haribo. New Haribo Star Mix Gummies. Everyone has a favorite.